Hello and welcome to CX Today. My name is Charlie and today I'm joined by Heidi Elmore, Head of Product Marketing at Zoom. Heidi, it's great to have you with us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's been a busy few days, but I'm excited to be here and thank you for the time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, very exciting time for you, I'm sure, and for the industry as a whole, I believe. Yeah, just kind of talk to me about this whole kind of Zoom launch into the contact center space, and talk to me a little bit about why Zoom decided to make this move.
Yeah, absolutely. So, over the past few years, people have relied on Zoom to, help communicate. It started out for many customers internally. So being able to use the communication, collaboration, productivity capabilities of Zoom over modalities that folks know and love, like, of course, meetings, chat and channels, and Zoom phone. And so, people started to really rely on Zoom to get work done. Now, it turned out that Zoom became a great solution for communicating with organizations and customers. And it was really because, Zoom has this reliable, easy join experience. All you had to do was send a join URL and off you went. But um, as we started working with customers over the last few years, they're asking us to do more. How do we support not only these one-time customer engagements, but how do we support these engagements at scale and through multiple channels? And so it really became a conversation about automating and simplifying what people know and love Zoom for, which of course is video. So when we first started down this path, it was a conversation around, and you might have remembered, we talked about it at Zoomtopia, the Video Engagement Center. But really, when we started to work through those use cases, which were super interesting for high touch customer engagement, so being able to, start a conversation through the digital front door of an organization, which in many ways is like a website. And now you're able, our vision was, hey, you could start a video engagement with an expert at any time. When we started diving into, how to make that happen and how to make that sing, under the covers, really, we needed a routing engine. We needed a contact center. So it just made sense for us to expand our original vision to include contact center. And so now we're pleased to have an omni-channel contact center at GA, both voice and video, and web chat and SMS and beta. So customers can meet their end customers where they want in the channel that's most important to them.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly exciting. I mean, this trend of linking kind of Zoom's capabilities and unified communications with kind of contact center as a service solutions. I think there's so many advantages that can bring to organizations. But kind of in terms of the omni-channel contact center solution that Zoom is providing, which features really stand out for you?
Well, I think you just hit the nail on the head. I think bringing together the best of unified communications with contact center is actually really special. And it's not just for the academic reasons you would think of, like, hey, you can do it all in a single client and it becomes, of course, simplistic for an IT admin, but there's an empathy component there too. So instead of, in the recent past, the strategy for contact center agents and supervisors was to give them the standalone agent desktop experience. And if they needed to talk to anybody else within an organization, they often needed to use either a separate tool. And in fact, Metrigy found that many organizations ended up deciding that integrating unified communications and contact center became important because you don't want agents to just be sitting out on an island unto themselves. So it became very obvious to us as we were, talking to customers, getting feedback, designing what this experience would look like, that we would bring those together because it really just optimizes that agent experience, which ultimately makes them more productive, which ultimately results in better customer experience.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think going back to the point that you made earlier as well of kind of the ease of use and bringing that into the equation as well of kind of Zoom software in general, and kind of combining that with the agent experience that you were talking about alongside the unified communications is kind of a very exciting evolution for the industry. But kind of moving on now to a topic from earlier in the year, and obviously Zoom did try to acquire, well, there were
Mhm.
talks of Zoom acquiring Five9.
Mhm.
Why did Zoom decide to go along this path instead?
Well, Zoom has always had a passion for creating product. And in many ways, if you think about the businesses that we're already in, so Zoom Phone, for example, contact center is really, in many ways, with Zoom Phone, two sides of the same coin. So in many ways, we had a lot of that expertise already in-house. And combining that with our proven ability to deliver product, to innovate quickly in response to customer needs, it really just made sense for us to just continue down this path of frankly just reacting to what our customers were asking us for, which was an integrated UC and CC solution.
Hmm. Absolutely. And I kind of just want to maybe talk a little bit about the future of what the Zoom Contact Center has, across the industry now a little bit as well. What kind of will be the main focuses moving forward for Zoom?
Yeah, absolutely. So here at launch, we're focusing on a few specific use cases. So obviously, video is our bread and butter. We love it. We want to be able to enable those rich, high touch scenarios. Like a consultation, like therapy appointments, like perhaps specialty retail. So being able to have those really rich, high touch video interactions, and then at launch, we'll also to be able to support some of those omnichannel use cases, informal. I mean, even this 100+ feature capability we have at launch is going to be able to meet some needs for informal contact centers like an IT help desk or perhaps employee helpline and so forth. So we're really excited about what we have at launch, and think there's some interesting things there for our customers as we start maturing over the next quarter, 6 months, 12 months. I think you'll see a lot of focus from us in a few different areas. The first is, we really want to drive innovation with, additional channels. We really want to think through, maybe some industry solutions, so some templates that meet some specific business needs. You'll see focus from us on integrations. So, pulling in those customer records from various um, customer record types like CRMs is an obvious first place to start. And in fact, we do have a Salesforce integration in beta right now. But you'll see us continue to focus there with the likes of Zendesk, ServiceNow, and Dynamics 365. So integrations are going to continue to be important, and we'll expand beyond those CRMs to include other systems of record like, EHRs or CDPs. More three-letter acronyms for you. And then from a last pillar perspective for future investments, it really comes down to intelligence and, helping provide agents, supervisors, contact center administrators with the information that they need to be more productive and to answer customers' questions faster. So you can start to think about investment areas around conversational intelligence and coaching, and so forth. So there's some exciting innovations that we're really looking to kind of rally around for contact center, and I'm excited to have this conversation again in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of really interesting stuff in your response there. I mean, obviously those kind of creating partnerships with CRM players and kind of evolving into the AI space and so much more. I think it's a very exciting time for Zoom and the Zoom Contact Center. Just for our viewers there, where can they go to kind of find out more information about the Zoom Contact Center?
Absolutely. So Zoom.us is our website, and we'll have information there about all of the Zoom platform, ranging from the productivity capabilities that everybody knows and loves to our Zoom events, to our Zoom developer platform, and of course now, Zoom Contact Center.
Excellent, great. I think that's a great place to end today's conversation. But thank you so much, Heidi, for joining me.
Absolutely. No, thank you, Charlie, for the invite, and go Zoom.
Go Zoom indeed. Thank you everybody for watching.